What is up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing part 3 of my paranormal experiences. I was about to say paranormal babysitting experience. Well, technically there is 2 things I'm going to be talking about that have to do with the girl I babysit. You guys should know her by now. I'm going to be talking about 3 to 4 things that have happened to me. I don't really know if it's paranormal, but it is pretty creepy and odd, so I'm going to talk about that in this video. Next week is Halloween and I'm so excited. I don't really know what I want to be yet, but I'm probably going to end up being Lori from That 70s Show or Donna. I'm not sure yet. You guys should actually comment down below what you're going to be for Halloween, and I really hope you guys enjoy, so make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you're not already, and let's just get started. So the first thing I'm going to be talking about happened in July. It was the end of July. And I was babysitting the same girl. What was her name? Was her name Sarah? Pretty sure I named her Sarah. So let's just say her name is Sarah. I think it was around 2 o'clock in the afternoon when this happened. So it's not like it was dark out, it was light as day. I went to go pick Sarah up at someone's house to go back to her house where she was gonna go take a nap. I think she takes a nap around 3 or 4 o'clock, I can't remember. But usually when I go pick her up, we still have like an hour or 2 of time to play. Like I said, the sun was out, it wasn't dark at all. When I walked inside the house, none of the lights were on. There's no point for the lights to be on if it's light out, and they have really big windows in their house, so like there's plenty of light coming inside the house. By the way, Sarah is much older now from when I made that video about her. She can walk, she can talk, she is very smart. Yes, kids can mess around. They're not obviously as smart as us, but they're not stupid. So we went inside her room. I told her to get in her bed, and usually she always has her bottle of water with her in case she gets thirsty, and it was empty, so I had to go out and fill it up. I walk out of her room, and the first thing that I noticed inside their whole living room is that the kitchen lights were on. Like, why would I notice that? Because when we got to her house, no lights were on. Guys, this family does not leave their lights on if it's light out. There's no point for a light to be on during the daytime. And I kid you not, the kitchen lights were on, and I'm 100% sure that they were off. I know for sure that the kitchen lights were not on when we got to their house. If you're thinking maybe I just didn't notice that the lights were on and I just wasn't paying attention, no. Like, there's no reason to have lights on during the day, especially in their kitchen. There's plenty of light coming in, so there's no point for them to leave on the lights. So I walk out of Sarah's room and I look up, and the first thing that catches my eye are the kitchen lights, and it's the ones that hang down over the island, like the main counter. It's those type of lights, and they're pretty bright, so that's kind of why I noticed it. Trust me, I did not turn on those lights. It's not like I forgot if I turned them on. I know I didn't turn them on, and also where the light switch is to turn on those lights is on the other side of the kitchen, and I was nowhere near there. So that happened. I knew something right away was off, and I immediately went to Snapchat and started Snapchatting. I'm not even near the light switch to turn on these lights. Like, I've been over here. The light switch is all the way over here, and it's one of those light switches that you have to push up and then they're on. So I don't know how that happened. And by the way, this happened within like 2 minutes. Like, it's not like it was a long time before I went back into her room. So I go back into her room and I ask her, Sarah, were the kitchen lights on when we got home? And she literally said no. That's not really a weird question to ask a kid. Why would they lie about that? I mean, sure, they can lie about it, but I was Snapchatting it. I'll insert the Snapchat right now.
They're off.
They're supposed to be off?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I have a really good memory, and I can see very specific things and remember certain things. So that happened, and after that, I just put her to sleep, and I went back out in the kitchen and I turned off the lights because there's no reason for them to be on. I know that story isn't necessarily scary. I mean, all these stories I'm going to tell you aren't that scary. Like, it's not like I saw a ghost. I'm just assuming that it is paranormal. The second story happened right here on my bed. I know the exact time when this happened because I looked at my phone to see what time it was, and it was 12 o'clock. And if you don't know, I share a room with my twin sister, but she was asleep when this happened. She was actually snoring, I remember. I was fully awake when this happened. My eyes were just closed because I was trying to fall asleep. I was having a hard time falling asleep just because when I go to sleep, that's when my brain just won't shut up and go to sleep. Usually it's my time to think about things, and I was just laying in my bed, and all of a sudden I hear a little girl. Well, it was a voice of a little girl, and I hear this girl whisper my name, and it sounded like it was coming from the end of my bed. This is exactly what I heard. Courtney. I wasn't asleep, I wasn't dreaming. I remember hearing that with my eyes closed, and I just wake up like, and I don't think it was Katie because she was asleep, and I know for a fact it wasn't her sleep talking because it didn't really sound like her voice. And that's the last thing that happened. I haven't heard that voice since. That happened I think in August. Nothing weird or paranormal has happened in my room. Really nothing happens in my room. There actually have been times where I feel like I heard my name. And sometimes you will hear someone calling your name when no one called your name. That happens to a lot of people. It has happened to me quite a few times. But yeah, that happened. Now moving on to my last story. This also took place at Sarah's house, and this time her other sister was here too. So it was the two of them and me. This happened actually not that long ago. It was the beginning of October, and usually they go to bed at 8 o'clock, and it was a school night, so they didn't need to get to bed. So I put them to bed, and for some reason Sarah didn't fall asleep for a while, but her older sister fell asleep right away. So yeah, Sarah was not falling asleep. She was singing to herself and talking to herself. This was going on for a whole hour. Like, she would stop and then do it again and stop. That is really weird and creepy if you think about it. They're kind of like in their own imagination. So it is kind of cute, but also very creepy at the same time. It was actually a little over an hour. I was sitting outside on their couch in the living room, which is right where their room is, so I can hear everything. Their walls are pretty thin. She's supposed to be asleep at this point. And around 9:15, I'm sitting on their couch. Her older sister is fast asleep. I honestly at this point thought that Sarah was also asleep, and all of a sudden I hear loud movement in their room and giggling and talking and singing, and then I hear their door open and slam against the wall. If it was Sarah playing, I honestly don't think she would be that loud because she knows that if she's up, she's gonna get in trouble. After I heard those things, I was a little scared because I thought Sarah should be asleep at this point. It's been an hour and 50 minutes. Why is this girl not asleep yet? So a minute goes by and I finally get up to go see what was going on, because if it was Sarah, I needed to tell her, hey, you need to go to sleep now, stop messing around. So I went into their room and their door is wide open, and I walk over to their bed and Sarah is fast asleep. And a minute ago, I heard movement and giggling and a door open in their room. Sarah was asleep and her sister was also asleep. I actually was Snapchatting this, so I'll insert the Snapchats right now. I just heard moving around in their room, like someone was moving around and moving things. And I heard their door open. I took a minute to wait, and then I went in there to see what was going on, because I think it was up and she was messing around. She's literally sleeping, and someone just opened the door. I went in there and she's sound asleep. You can't tell me that's weird. Like, she could be faking it, but I put her to sleep an hour ago. Her sister is sleeping, so I don't know why she hasn't fallen asleep yet, because it's been an hour. But what if whoever I heard talking, what if that wasn't even her? And if you're wondering why that's creepy, because maybe it was Sarah, but she was asleep when, like, how do you explain that? She was asleep when I went into her room, and it was only a minute after it happened. So the reason why I think this is so weird is because it sounded like either someone else was in the room or she was playing with someone that wasn't even there. There was literally no one else in the house. Sorry if the lighting changed. I had to go charge my camera battery because it died, but I'm back now. What I was saying is, from when I was sitting on that couch and what I was hearing going on in their room, it literally sounded like Sarah was just playing with someone. Either that or someone else was making those noises. That's the third thing that has happened recently. I don't know what you guys think about this. Personally, I think that all these are very strange. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up if you haven't yet, and subscribe. Also, feel free to follow me on my Instagram at Courtney Marmo. I love posting pictures there, and also my Snapchat, because usually when things like this happen, I go straight to Snapchat. So it's also at Courtney Marmo if you want to add me, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!